Hey guys, today we're going to do section 1.6, subtracting integers. We've talked about integers, we've talked about adding integers, we've even done a day or two on subtracting integers, and these are the notes. We've done some activities to kind of explain subtracting integers, and these are the notes that go with them that will kind of show you some rules. So basically, when you have a subtraction problem, you want to try to make it into an addition problem. And then go with those rules. You'll start to see it enough that if you see 6 minus 7, you're going to know that you're subtracting a negative 7 from a positive 6. But for now, we're going to change it to an addition problem. We're going to do what's called add the opposite. I'm just going to write it in right here. Add the opposite. Okay, so 6 minus 7 is the same, because this is really a positive 6 minus a positive 7. So if we wanted to add the opposite, we would really change it to 6 plus a negative 7. This is the same thing. That's the most important thing to know. However it makes more sense to you, you go with it. But you have to know that 6 minus 7 is the same as 6 plus a negative 7. So then we just go to our addition rules, which are if our signs are the opposite, we subtract and take the sign of the larger number, the larger absolute value number. So you're actually going to subtract this and end up with a negative 1. If you looked at this problem right here and you knew right away it was a negative 1, go for it. Just keep it that way. Okay, if you looked at it and was like, I don't know if that's a negative or a positive, I don't know what's going on, then go ahead and add the opposite. Okay, this lesson is one of the hardest lessons to understand, so just take your time. That's why we spent a few days on it. Okay, moving down, this is one of the most confusing ones. I don't know why they would ever write it this way, but they do, the book does, so we need to learn it, okay? I'll just keep going. So 6 minus a negative 7. I also like to use 6 take away negative 7. Okay, so if you remember from our activity, this means you have a positive 6, but you can't take away negative 7 from here because you don't have negatives. So then you have to come up with 7 0 pairs. Okay, so now we have 7 negatives to take away. Take those away. And what are you left with? You're left with all these positives. Okay, when you add them all up, you should get 13. And it's positive because what happens, 6 take away negative 7, it's kind of like those just turn into, it turns into addition. If you add the opposite, it's really plus a positive 7, which is the same as just 6 plus 7, which we all know is 13. Okay, so don't get thrown off. Some people use, I talked to one teacher, she always says the cha-ching method. It's 6, cha-ching, 7. That makes it addition. 6 and then cha-ching, 7. And then you just add them. Okay? So this one we have negative 6, take away positive 7. Okay, so again, we have negative 6. Well, we don't have positive 7 to take away. So again, you have to come up with your pairs, your 0 pairs. Okay, remember you can add as many 0 pairs as you want because you're just adding 0. But so for this, we would add 7. Okay, so negative 6, take away positive 7. So we're taking away those positives. And now you're left with negative 13. Okay, because this is the same as negative 6 plus a negative 7. And our addition rule says if our signs are the same, we add and take the sign. So you just add them and take negative 13. I do not care how you do it. It does not matter to me. Whatever makes sense to you. Some people understand this minus sign right here. Some people need to make it up into the plus and negative. I don't care. Okay. Number 4, negative 6 take away negative 7. Okay, so this one we have negative 6 But we need to take away negative 7. We can't take away all those, so we have to do a 0 pair. Now we have 7 we can take away, and you're left with positive 1. Okay? You can also do your cha-ching. Negative 6 plus a positive 7. So we have, in our addition rules, negative 6 plus a positive 7, they're opposite signs, so we really subtract and take the sign of the larger number, so it would be 1. Alrighty? Again, this gets very confusing, so it's okay if we need to spend some more time on it. So then we get into ones like this where you really got to think. You got to know your rules, because I'm not marking out 54 positive signs. Okay? So we have 23 minus 54. If you look at this and you know right away what to do, go with it. If not, let's change it. 23 plus a negative 54. We use our rules. We have 1 positive, 1 negative, so we really subtract and take the sign of the larger number. So we know it's going to be a negative. So 54 minus 23 is what? 31? Yep. 31. So negative 31. Okay. Over here on number 6, again, if you look at this and know right away what to do, so this is positive 57, take away negative 21. I'm not writing all 57 of those out. So, if you know right away what to do, great. Otherwise, cha-ching. So, 57 plus a positive 21, you're just adding them together. It's just an addition problem. 78. Okay. Moving on, negative 67 negative 67 take away positive 54. Okay, again, if you know how to do this, negative 67 take away a positive 54, so that means you'd have to put some 0 pairs in there. Or we can add the opposite. Now we look at it. Okay, this looks familiar. We have 2 negatives that we add together. Our signs are the same. Our answer is going to be negative. So 7, 12, so 122. Probably should have done these before. I just made these numbers up. Okay, negative 122. Over here, negative 33. Take away negative 27. Okay, so again, cha-ching. So negative 33 plus a positive 27. Now our signs are different. Okay, so remember, you really subtract and take the sign of the larger number. So we know our answer is going to be negative, so we can do 33 minus 27, and you would get 6. Negative 6. Okay, so the next page is just ones I want you to practice on, and that's it. This is the end of the notes. Okay, I just want you to write these down and bring them to class. I want you to practice these. You can do it either way. Like I said, you can add the opposite, or if you understand it, do not plug these in a calculator and just bring it in. That's not helping anything. Okay, if you have no idea how to do these, come in. Put a little star. When I walk around, just say, I do not get this at all. Okay, so write it out, figure them out, do your best, and I will see you tomorrow.